this is James with The Game Won't Play Itself, and welcome back to TGWPIS FC. We are here at the beginning of the Vanarama National League season, and we are going to be playing a game against Torquay United. We're expected to finish 13th in the league. We'll look at where we are supposed to finish, if I can get us to it. Season preview, we have all of our players are in the top Dream Media 11, plus a bunch more key players here. And then we also have pretty much everything. We've spent the most amount of money, I believe, and we're the lowest transfer spender because we've sold a lot of players. Brought in a couple too, but I think it'll be interesting when you see exactly what we've had happen here. So, we'll go right to the outs, and we'll start with the biggest one. Lawrence Bondswell has left us. We were given a good offer for him. He wasn't happy at the club. We have other options. Like I said, we were starting to switch to the inside forwards here at the club, and he was more and more out-and-out winger. We'd pretty much hit his potential, and you can see our scouts rate him as okay. $8K a week. Moved to Bristol City. We got $625,000 for him with a 50% sell-on clause. I think that's good business. Johnny Donaldson also left the club. Once again, asking for way more money than we wanted to give him. Got a great offer. Sent him with another, once again, with a 50% sell-on clause to West Brom for £500,000. I think that's a good deal. Patricio Herrera was at the end of his contract this year. And with how many midfielders we have coming up and are actually looking very good, I felt it was a good time to move him on. He's been very helpful for us. You can see he's already played a couple games in the Championship and the Caballero Cup. But 6-foot-tall squad player, being able to get $375,000 going up to $425,000 with the 50% sell-on clause. Another bit of good business. David Duncan left us. We sent him for pennies because he was putting up a fuss, not being able to be put on loan and stuff. And he hasn't really developed much beyond this. And though okay, it's not something that we really could have used in our team. We have like I said, midfield we're stacked in now. Went from being a weakness to a strength, so we let him go. We had some young players leave us, Ethan Piper and Robert Lee leave on freeze. Nobody who was really going to make any impact on the first team. Though missing Lee is going to be a little bit of a problem. We were having a bit of an injury crisis at center back. But we'll make do. And then just a bunch of loan offers. And now you can see here on the left, O'Connor, Vandes, and Mancini. These are all guys that we had free transfers or transfers arranged with that finally came in. Valdez immediately went out on loan. O'Connor is struggling for a work permit because Ireland doesn't do work permits anymore with the UK. Thanks for that, Brexit. Mario Masumi has a work permit and is actually our third best midfielder in the team, and so we're actually not going to make him available for loan anymore. He's going to be part of the team. And then we brought in this guy, Adam Ingram, for £750,000. A good bit of business, I think, coming in from Middlesbrough. He's listed as a center back, but at 5'10", I really don't think he has what it takes to play as a out-and-out center back. Because also not too much jumping reach. But training him as a wing back now. He's got pace, stamina, agility, acceleration, all that can grow. He's only 18. He's got the determination, work rate, positioning. He's got the tackling, marking, passing. There's a lot of things that can improve, but given his young age and his high determination and work rate, I think this would be good and be a nice little backup for us at right back. And we are also looking to loan him out to clubs. And also, I think for the money that we have, that's about it. Now, we are looking at a few other transfers in. I should also talk about the loans. We also got 2 loans from Fulham. Our 2 boys from last year didn't want to rejoin us, so we have Ben Hudson here, a 3-star ability, 5-star potential winger who came in, who I think will be really nice for us, and he's going to be starting for us as an inside forward on that right wing. Now that Bondswell's gone. And then we could also maybe look at bringing in, not Benson, but Richard Wheeler can play there. And then also Matt Cross may be brought up from the under-23s to play in this position. Because we have a lot of good people who can do that. And then the other thing we brought in was Durham Balala, who is just, once again, a backup striking option. High determination, good heading, composure, good, relatively quick, 5'10", but I don't think he's going to be ousting anybody who we currently have in the main team. Now, that being said, let's look at how we're going to line up today for our match against Torquay. Well, if we're actually in the match, we should actually get to the match first before we talk about how we're going to line up. A couple of news items, just homegrown players. Not really a problem in the National League. Maybe a problem next year. Ben Hudson's ready for fitness. And here we are. So we've never matched before. They play a 4-4-2. We play a 1-2-3-1 wide. All right. As we look at the team here, this is how we're definitely going to line up for right now. We've got a striker who we bought from our Swedish striker here, who's really grown and has become our best striker at the club. Frank Nieuwenpoort, Frank, who'll be leading the line as an advanced forward. He doesn't really have the pace for it, but at 6'6", dribbling, finishing, first touch, free kick, heading. He's very Tyler-esque, where Tyler's got a bit more pace about him, but Tyler's also a lot older than he is, and this guy is very driven. So we can definitely look to have him be our leading the line. We also have David Lynch, who is another guy who we bought and has just developed in our youth squad, who's definitely going to be brought in as a striker-ing option this year. And we're just really starting to get loaded in that option. Jordan McFarlane is going to be playing out on the left-hand side as our inside forward. We've been training him to do this. He looks like he can do it and do it pretty well. He's got the pace and the acceleration for it. He originally was a striker as false 9. We don't play a false 9. And yeah, he could be an attacking midfielder, but I think he's going to really excel as our inside forward. And do we have other people who can do it better than him? Probably. If we actually look here and look at, yeah, he's not the best version. Richard Wheeler is definitely better at it. So is Charles Akelos, Clive Holman, Len Chu, but I want to give him a shot. He's susceptible to injuries, but playing at a Sky 2 level, I think he just needs some game time, and in some match time in that role, we can really see him do it. He's really high potential for us. Sean Hughes is taking over that attacking midfield spot. We saw him a bunch last year until Donaldson took over the spot, but he's slotted right back in there. Argued with officials a little worrying, but between him, Akelos, who is a winger who can also play in that attacking midfield spot on support, and then we finally have him totally trained up to play there. We have Tyler, who can play in attacking midfield as an attack, and I think he could also really be a handful. So we'll see how that runs up. But for him, for now, Hudson starts on the right, obviously in from Fulham right now. We're going to play him. He looks really decent. Maybe Matt Cross gets in here. Richard Wheeler is probably going to be working in between as our float guy, once again, because we only have 5 subs. When it comes to the midfield, Keating and Lawrence are going to be here. Keating, happy to stay. He's thinking, though, they both have been looking at being offered to get by bigger clubs. He isn't happy because he wants to move to a bigger club, and I told him no. But them's the breaks. They signed long contracts, 2017, respectively, and 2016. So they're going to be here for those. Chapman's going to start on the left wing. Bartlett's a little bit better, but we promised Chapman some game time, and also he's the captain. Though we did position him down to fringe player. So he kind of, we'll see as he slowly backs down. Once his promise is fulfilled, we'll get him back down. Larathru, happy to be here. And so is Shaw. Both are in the team. Shea is making his valiant return to the first team in full-time action as McNamara, who deputized very well for him last year, is on the bench. And then Mackenzie, who is now the biggest earner at our club, has signed another long contract and will be us for a little while longer. It's tough to find a good goalkeeper in FM, so once you find one, you hold on to him for dear life. Our backup, Frank Molyneux, has been hurt, so we're just going to roll without a goalkeeper right now. Our bench is going to be Wheeler, Adam Eggington, Mario Macamelli, who is, once again, the guy we brought in, who's become one of our best, our third best midfielder. It'll be fun to play him. Durambala as our backup striking option, and Tom McNamara on there. Now, we have a bunch of other players here. David Lynch, I think, will definitely get some playing time today, as will Lee Thompson this year. Lee is another player. We're training him to play as an inverted forward or inside forward on the right-hand side. And I think he, once again, with game time, he'll get there. His physicals are amazing. And he's got the talents for it. Long shots, passing, and technique could be a little better, but he's got the dribbling first touch and finishing for right now. Heading helps. Off the ball is pretty good too in vision. So I think, once again, with some game time, he definitely will get some reps there. Fred Nagoy, believe it or not, somebody we're looking to move on. He's earns a decent amount, but I don't see him really fitting into the team, as we've got a lot of players who are just kind of better at the role that he does. I mean, he can play across the middle, and we'll probably use that, but we'll see what happens this year. Randolph Knight was one of our regens who has really rocketed up to become, once again, one of our better midfielding options. We'll definitely see a lot of him this year. He is wanted, and I don't actually, once again, well, first of all, he shouldn't be trained as a deep line playmaker. He should be in support. But we're definitely going to keep him in support. But we're definitely not going to loan him out. And Stoke has been trying to buy him off us. We're not going to let him go. Akelos, I think, will be a nice kind of squad player for us this year. He's listed for loan again. I don't think I'm going to accept any loans for him, as he's pretty much broken into the first team. Andy Henry, I hope to see him play a lot and grow this year too. We're training him to be a ball-playing center back. I just like the look of him, and also the fact that he's a regen from us. He has 9 goals, and is also pretty decent at wing-back coverage because he has that pace and stamina. Hunter, we know. Bartlett, we know. And Molyneux. So this is kind of the team we're going to be challenging here in the Vanarama National League. I think it's a good enough squad. I think it's an improved squad on what we had last year. Hudson's making his first appearance for us. Everybody looks like good, and we have squad numbers now because that's actually a thing. All right, play the game we shouldn't. We have faith. We have faith. I have faith. All right, everybody looks good and fired up except for Frank Newport, but that's all right. So we'll start the game here. Kickoff in the new stadium. Oh, by the way, we are also expanding the stadium again because that was actually one of the board requirements, and I think it's going up to like a 75,000 seater now, which is really great. As whoa, Torquay and Torquay United get off to a hell of a start with a screamer by Mohamed Fall. And 25 seconds in, we'll watch them knock it around. Koze gets it to Fall, who just rifles it, and there's not much Mackenzie could have done with that. And we first game in the new division, and we are down. We only conceded like 5 goals all of last year in the league, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do and see how we can do this. Now, we're expected to win the division. And obviously there's a lot of players here who are still gelling together. So I'll be interested to see what happens. But are we on attack? Yeah, we're on attacking. Let's shout at them. Let's demand more. They always look focused after that. Not much is happening. It's just we're dominating the game, but nothing's going on. As now we're on the ball to McFain. Runs in here. He's got Shea on the outside. He does. Crosses in. Newport's there. Heads it onto the bar. It's our first shot. It's huge. Crosses in. Shaw's there. Once again, side netting. So we're starting to get some shots on target here. 3 of them on target. Majority of possession. It's a pretty even game. It's a throw into them. Fall into Kamal. Koze, as we head it clear. And we can look on the break as Hughes breaks with it. He's got the guy out to his right. So he finds Newport, who slots it home for his first ever goal. Yep. For TGWPIS FC. And that's just great counter-attack as Hughes finds Newport, who I guess was onside, though he did have the free runner on the right. But Newport takes it himself, finds the goal, and now we've drawn it up right before halftime. Good for us. I think a pep talk. I think we need to get aggressive here and just tell them I'm not happy with the performance. That's fired everybody up. No need to do individuals at that point. Just get them out there for the second half and see what they can do. Now looking at our bench, we do have some impact subs we can bring in here. As there looks like there's a foul and a free kick in a dangerous spot as Hughes is going to take it. Finds it. And Hughes, just where he was last year. Goal of the season was very similar to this, but a wonderful free kick to put us up there as he takes it and bends it just past the keeper. Maybe he should have done a little bit better, but doesn't matter. We are 2-0 up now, and now we are definitely going to start looking at piling on the pressure. Hughes kicks again. Larathru, nope. Not this time. All right, let's go in here. Who looks tired? Ben Hudson looks tired. Now we can bring in Richard Wheeler, which we will do. Ooh, no. Hudson for Richard Wheeler, who will come in, play as an inside forward. I think actually we'll play him as an inverted winger because he is naturally right-footed. So we'll play him like that, so at least his footing is right. Anybody else who looks a little tired, we can bring McNair on for him. We'll play him as a verted wingback on attack. Once again, just for the footing situation. And I think that looks good for right now. Maybe take Lawrence off for Malkami. Get him his debut as well. Yeah. We'll make 3 changes. See how it happens. Shaw onto Malkami. First touch here. Beautiful cross in. Wow. Instant impact. Beautiful cross. Finds Frank, who just nicks it in for his next goal. Malkami's thing here, and Frank actually on the volley kind of scoots it around the keeper. Now I guess they're looking at the onsides here, and yep, he was played onside. Beautiful goal by Newport. Now we're up. I was a little worried there for a bit, but yeah, that's what I get for being worried. Is we tend to close games out very well. As Simon gets his first goal of the year. And Sean Hughes has been pulling the strings all game. I think that's his second assist. He's got a goal. Yeah, he's got 1 goal, 2 assists. Frank Newport with 2 goals. Rathru with 2 goals. Similar situation here. Wheeler this time, but he hits the crossbar. And it's a goal kick. As, yeah, since those changes, we have looked even more threatening. I think they've just tired down. As Shea sends Newport through again. Can he get a hat trick on his first start? No, he cannot. And they kick it clear. McDonald has been having a shocker, and he's just uninterested in the feedback as Hughes is here. Fouled by Whitman. Oh, it's just a straight red. It's not even a second yellow. Free kick onto us. Sean, find Newport off to McKelly. Machini, nope. Newport, nope. Still no. As they clear it, Wheeler finds Shea. Are we going to look to recycle? Nope, just nothing else from the corner. Got to imagine the highlights are going fast and furious in the second half as Shea onto Hughes. Back onto Shea, who can look for the cross. Finds McFarlane. Feeds it into Ketting, who just kind of kicks it into his guy. Not much doing as Larathru sends it all the way back to McKenzie. And we look to build here. Sends it out wide to Shaw, who has to go and get it, but he finds Wheeler here, cuts in, finds Newport. Hold up play is good. Finds Hughes on his way through. Can I get a second? No. McDonald saves that one as well. And time flies away, and we are winners. 4-1. Looked a little dicey when Fowl got his first goal, but then we just turned up the pressure. Showed up in the second half after getting the equalizer right at the death of the first. Sean Hughes, man of the match, very much deserves. Frank Newport, great to have him score 2. McFarland played well. Richard Wheeler came on, didn't have much of an impact, but that's just because Ben Hudson was a little bit tired. But Seb, Shaw, Larathru's there. McNara comes on, just, get some fitness. And Malinario, Malkemi, well, you guys can let me know how to pronounce that. Malkemi gets an assist on his debut. And a really solid performance. Really happy with the boys. Good job. Well done. They're happy. I'm happy. And we will look to see where we are. Oh, goal difference, aggregate. Dunwich Hamlet, hammered their position. So I guess we're going to be in second for right now. Speculation over... He talked to everyone's this guy wants this guy. They don't want to buy him. Oh, they want him on loan. Newport makes immediate impact. Classy strike from Hughes. We are definitely going to praise him. You're superb in front of goal. He's really appreciates that. Post-match interview. Let's attend the press conference. It only shows the level of spirit in the Rockwood. They refuse to be beaten. Sean Hughes, the goal from a free kick in the bottom right edge was one of the highlights. It's what he's capable of. Frank Newport, his goal scoring debut 2 seasons. It's a great debut. I can't wait to see from his next match. Which really shows how good he is. Mountford was brilliant today. I couldn't help but admire his performances. As we'll advance the league, and then we'll see where we want to come back for, because we are not technically back in this. Well, if you look at our competitions here, we're technically not coming into the 4th qualifying round. And I don't want to just be like, okay, the 4th qualifying round being down here, that is the majority of the season, a good chunk of the season gone. So maybe we come back for a Dunwich Hamlet. I think that would be a good time. Kind of let us get a few games under our belt, see where we're sitting. We do have some, there's some decent teams now. Hereford, Ebbsfleet, Barrow, Leyton Orient, Sutton, Corley, Swindon, York, Boreham Wood. There's some decent teams in here now. Bradford City is supposed to be the team to beat behind us. So, yeah, I think Dunwich Hamlet is what we'll come back for next time. So that being said, I have been James. This has been the Game with Play Itself and TGWPIS FC. And hopefully you all have a wonderful night. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.